All right, hello, and let me give the official cheers. Welcome each and every one of you to Happy Hour with the Lincoln, where week by week I will do my best to share my 2 decades worth of trading experience with you in the attempts to mold you, to shape you into the trader that you want to be. And that's what I'm going to do today, because I am going to level with you guys right now. This is where my experience is going to pay off for you. And when I do this, I want you to look me right here in the eye, because what I'm about to tell you is very important, and your future, your aspiring future as a trader, depends on it. So look me right here in the eye, because I'm assuming that if you guys are watching this video right now, you are active traders. You're not some passive investor that's just throwing money into a 401k or a mutual fund and ignoring it and let it ride out for time. You are taking the lead. You are taking the so-called bull by the horns, and you are investing, or you are trading your own money in the attempts to see it grow more than just the average normal bank return or investment account return. So if you're watching it, that's who I assume you are. And if you are, and you want to make a lot of money doing this, and you want to excel at this far above what your normal peers and the market will, and you want to survive in this, and you want to also thrive in this, look me in the eye right now and listen to these words I'm going to say. Learn to frickin' short stocks. I swear to you, excuse my language, but learn to short stocks. Otherwise, you will never, ever be as successful as you can be. Now, I'm going to explain this because I know you guys have heard me rant, especially lately, about the power of short selling. And there's such a misconception around it, and all this stuff that's going on, and all this thing that's happening in social media, and all this stuff that's getting blasted at you in the news. I felt like today's the day I really need to step it up with you guys and have a heart-to-heart talk with you and just level with you on just how important this is. And just to give you the first kind of little tidbit of how important it is. I know a lot of traders. I've been doing this for 2 decades. I know a lot of professional traders. I do not know of not one single professional trader that does this for a living that does not know how to short. Every single one of them knows how to short. They don't necessarily like it. They don't do it all the time. They don't have to make their whole business model out of it, but they all understand it and they know how to do it. Now, this doesn't count those bullshit money managers that sit on billions of dollars and they just need to slightly beat the S&P because they just buy stuff and they don't really have performance oriented. They just want to milk fees out of their customers. That stuff doesn't count. This doesn't count if it comes to investing and you're just like depositing money in a 401k and you got this long time horizon. We're not talking about that. We're talking about active traders, especially professionals. Because if you're a professional, which I've kind of discussed this topic before, you have got to make money every month. You don't have a choice. So if you're somebody that's doing this and you've been doing well, taking money out of a bull market, you don't have time to explain to your electric company or your mortgage company or your car payment company, look, I'm having a tough month because we're going through this correction. They don't give a damn, right? They want their money. You're going to have to learn how to trade. So, like I said in the beginning, like the title, you either figure this out or you will be out. It's your choice. Simply put, you either figure it out or you will be out. And if you expect to stay, you must do that. Now, let me explain why that this is important, how valuable something like this is to you as a trader and the mindset that it creates. I don't know where this study came from. It's just vaguely in my mind. Don't fact check me. Maybe it's one of you finds it, this study. Then you can bring it to my attention and I'll recorrect it a little bit later. But this was done a few years ago after the credit crisis. And it was like this mock portfolio that said, if you would have invested in only the bull markets, that's all you ever invested in was just bull markets, right? And you avoided the credit crisis, and you pulled your money out and then invested in it later after the credit crisis was over. Same way with the .com. You just pulled it out right before and put it back in. Hypothetical, right? That your returns would be like hundreds of % higher than the actual return of the market. Now, that's obvious, of course, but I think the real point here is that shows you how damaging these corrections are. Now, it's impossible for us as human beings to be that damn good when it comes to predicting the future and trading stock. We can't just decide, oh, this is a recession, let me pull my money out. You're not going to be that good. So that's not going to be a viable strategy, just to be fully invested during a bull market and all cash during a bear market. It just doesn't work that way. How you do that is during those times, right? So if you avoided those times of investing, your portfolio would be that much. Now let's say that you are able to continue to get the same type of percentage returns. So let's say you're averaging 25, 30% a year on your portfolio as a swing trader or something like that, or you're a couple of 100% as a day trader. What if you're able to take those same very gains in a big bull market and do the same thing, but just kind of flip it in reverse, the same mentality, but flip it in reverse, short stocks, and still make the same amount of money? Now, why this works well for you is because, number one, it gives you that opportunity to make money in any type of market. So when some traders out there telling you you can make money in any type of market, you can if you don't know how to short. You can't just buy stocks when the market's getting busted. Now, there are some longs. There are some long opportunities in situations like this. But it's hard because you're only on one side of it. So like an analogy would be like if you're a mixed martial artist, right? But all you know how to do is box. Right? You don't know how to use your legs, or you don't know how to grapple. You're not going to be a champion. You know, in order to do something like that, you have to have good boxing, good footwork, you know, good martial arts background, great grappling. You have to be like this total package, or otherwise you're just not going to succeed. And that's what a trader has to do. So this short selling allows you the ability to continue to earn respectable percentage gains during times like this. Like, this is a great time to be doing it. You know, this is a great time to do this. The other part is you never know how long something like this may last. And I know some of you are trying to figure this out right now. How long is this thing going to last? And this is where my experience comes in, because I don't want to knock people, but I mean, come on, you got all these people showing up right off the street after a couple of bull markets. They have a few good trades and they start a service, you know, like 22 years old and shit. You know, I don't want to take anything away from anybody. I don't want to try to salt on someone's dream. I appreciate the young kids coming out, you know, busting ass, being aggressive, and they'll learn. But this is what's part of experience living through bull and bear markets, is you understand what the hell is a bear market. Because I can see what's being said in the media right now. I see what's being said on social media. Is everybody's trying to pick a bottom. Everybody's stumbling for ideas. They're trying to find longs for you to buy. That's trying to find a needle in a haystack. That is the same very mentality that I had 2 decades ago. And that is the exact mentality that made me lose my ass. And that's why we're having this conversation. That's how I blew up my first account, was in a very same situation like this. The stuff that I was saying to myself back in 2001 is the same things I'm seeing on social media right now. It's the same things I'm seeing on the media. It hasn't changed, and you guys might be hearing this for the first time, and that's why I'm here to warn you, because you're about to lose your ass if you don't listen to what it is that I'm saying. I'm serious. I know, all kidding aside, because this is how it went down for me. When I started out in 99, the market was bullish, more bullish than it was in 2017. So I was in that same situation that these traders are. That's why I'm not trying to knock anyone or upset them. I'm trying to help people. I can see what's happening. I know what's happening. And I'm trying to reach out to people as much as I can, because I know what the end result's going to be. But I was in this bull market, and there were people that were talking about short selling just like me. And I was like, F you, man. This market's going to keep going. It's the only market I knew. That's the only, I thought the market always did that. That's how it always was, always bullish. Stocks always went up. Everybody always bought the dip. I just thought that's how it was always going to be, you know? And people warned of crashes, but you know, it was like, man, it's like a regular car crash. It's like, yeah, I guess that sucks. Until you're in one, you're like, oh yeah, that really does suck, doesn't it? So I was in this. Then once the market started to correct, rather than thinking about, first of all, I told the story before, I didn't take the time while the market was bullish to educate, like, let's have a plan B. Let's say the market hypothetically does crash. Do you know how to short? Do you know what short selling is? Do you understand this concept? Are you able to make money through this time? Do you get it? I didn't do that. And therefore, I didn't have a plan. So once the market started rolling over, I'm doing what people are doing now. I'm bottom hunting. When's the bottom? Where's the bottom? Where's the bottom? So I'm going to, you know, CNBC, Money Magazine. We didn't have Twitter back then, thank God. And then They said the same things that's kind of being said on Twitter. It's here's the bottom. Or historically, stocks always bounce. Historically, this story. Yes, historically, stocks do bounce. Yes, they absolutely do bounce. But here's one thing I want to tell you right now. And this is very important for you to understand. This may last a hell of a lot longer than you think. Because this was 2001. The NASDAQ was like at 5,000. And then obviously, you know, the dot-com, it crashes. It wasn't back at 5,000 until like 2016, like 2 years ago, right? That thing never made an all-time high again for like 15, 16 years or something like that. Forgive my math if I'm wrong. So ask yourself this, what if the market does not hit a new all-time high in the next 5 years? In the next 10 years? It's not like this is out of the question. How long did it take stocks to recover from 2008? Years. So what if you have to go through this for years? How are you going to eat? So kind of back to what I was saying is I was in that situation and I didn't have a plan and I wasn't thinking about short selling. I didn't go through this. I didn't rehearse this. So I kept looking for a bottom. I kept adding to positions because I was under that theory that, oh yeah, stocks do go up. Yeah, they ultimately do go. Yeah, everybody buys the dip, right? We're in it for the long term. But I couldn't make it, you know? And my account was too small to last through the long term because what happened is I ran out of money. Yeah, I ran out of money. I couldn't hold my stock positions anymore because they all tanked so damn bad that I had no more money left and I needed to eat and I couldn't afford to make money in trading anymore. And that's how my account got busted. And I see so many people right now doing the same exact thinking. It makes me sick. It makes me sick because it just brings back up all these memories. Man, yeah, I know what's going to happen if you keep fighting this thing. And, you know, because it's going to be a mess. Let's just say it's going to be a mess if you keep fighting it. And the thing is, like I said, it can go a lot further than you think. You know, again, fact check me if you need to. I know some of my stuff is off the top of my head. Could be a couple points off here and there. But I think the credit crisis retracement was about 40%. You were pretty close to that. I think with a dot-com retracement, maybe even more. So, you know, if you think about how high up the market, I think a lot of people are discounting that right now. If you think about how high the market was in October, you know, how big, it was like 65% over 2 years the market had decreased. It's only down like 17, 18% from that high. That's nothing compared to those other two. So what if it actually does go to 25, 35, 40%? I mean, it's not something that has never happened before. It's not something that can't happen again. Do you have a plan for it? And that plan is understanding short selling. You've got to have that in your toolkit, or you just simply, you'll make money. You'll make money through the bull markets, but you will get murdered in markets like this. You will not be able to have revenue in markets like this. And the longer they last, the worse that it is. Like I said, 17, 16 years or whatever it was for the NASDAQ to come back. Ask yourself that question before I sign off. What will you do if the market does not make an all-time high again for another 5 or 6 years? Now, you might get bounces, but see, every bounce that comes by, traders think, okay, we're going back to all-time highs because they're all used to those Brexit V-shaped rallies. Probably not going to see that. The bear market is just a short-term bounce that ends up ultimately equaling the low. Maybe the market does bounce, but seriously, ask yourself that question. So my advice to you, you want to do this for a living? You want to succeed? You want to be here for 20 years like I've been here for 20 years? Frickin' learn how to short. You don't have to love it, but understand it. Figure it out, because if, like I said, if you don't figure it out, you will be out. Period. So anyway, thanks for listening to my rant. That's what it kind of was. Maybe not, it's a happy hour, but it was a rant. I'm only doing it for you guys. I'm not trying to piss anyone off. I'm trying to help you. Thanks for watching. Trade well. Learn how to short. You need help. You know where I'm at. Take care. Cheers.